Hey guys, welcome back. So today, with week 1 of the Ultra Bonus going away to later this afternoon by 4 p.m. or in other terms by 1 p.m. PDT. Today we're going to be kicking off week 2 of the Ultra Bonus, which is going to be featuring regional Pokemon from Generation 1. It's going to be featuring the Farfetch'd, Kangaskhan, Mr. Mime, and Tauros here. And they will be available in their shiny variants, so that's gonna be pretty cool. So we're gonna have to hatch those for sure. If you're able to hatch one that actually is not in your region, then consider yourself lucky, because those are going, in my opinion, are going to be the rare shinies, because they're not going to be available in your region unless Niantic decides to make them region exclusive and make them available, these particular Pokemon in general, available to everybody. So I can see that being a thing for sure. And then in addition, we're still going to be having the 2x incubator effectiveness still live with all the events for sure. It's going to be carrying on for sure. And then in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Deoxys, because in addition to those regional Pokemon hatching out of 7s, we're going to be talking we're going to have all the Deoxys forms coming into 5-star raids. So they're going to be in the tier 5 raids, replacing Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. So there you go. And then we're also going to have counters that are Pokemon that are going to be good against Deoxys available in raids. So what Pokemon do I think those are going to be available to counter Deoxys? Well, first off, I know straight up Tyranitar is going to be a tier 4. Perhaps Absol. I'm pretty sure Absol will be in there, because Absol is a decent choice against Deoxys. For tier 3, I'm basically calling Gengar for the tier 3, because Gengar is a good choice against it. Though then again, it wouldn't have its exclusive move with the Lick or Shadow Claw. So I mean, Gengar is still pretty good either way, I think. So they may also throw in some bug types, like maybe Scyther, Pinsir, because obviously Scizor is another good check to Deoxys as well. We're going to talk about all the counters for sure today regarding all the forms. So what we're going to do is that first we're going to hop on GoHub and take a look at all the forms, and then we're going to take a look at some raid guides. Well, not really raid guides, but we're going to take a look at some charts. These charts here, which are shout out to GoHub Couple of Gaming. So be sure to check them out for sure. And yeah, so we're gonna hop on GoHub, the GoHub site right now, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the form. So I will see you guys there. Alright, so we're gonna start with the normal form of Deoxys, because this was the first form to actually come into EX Rage, which took over Mewtwo in EX Rage, but pretty much. So we're gonna start with the normal form, which does max out at 3,160 with an attack of 345, defense of 115, and stamina of 137. So this form has pretty good attack, but defense is pretty butterscotch, as well as the stamina, but more about that in just a moment. But as all the forms, they're going to all be weak to Bug, Dark, and Ghost, so just so you guys are well aware. And then they're resisting Fighting and Psychic. So yeah, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at the moves here for the normal form here. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And then the charge moves we have here, we have Charge Beam and Zen Headbutt are the quick moves. And then for the charge moves, we have Hyper Beam, Zap Cannon, and Psycho Boost. And apparently Thunderbolt is now Legacy on Deoxys. I don't know if that's true, because I just tried on a Deoxys earlier and I got Thunderbolt, so I'm not sure how true that is. But either way, this form it's okay. It's decent. It's most certainly not the best Pokemon, unfortunately. Because all of the forms, by the way, are going to have that stamina of 137, so it's going to be kind of low on the HP side. So pretty unfortunate on that front. But then again, in the regular games, it did have low HP, so it kind of makes sense. But this one's not that bad. It's okay. So now, next one we're going to go ahead and talk about is going to be the attack form Deoxys, which this is going to be a fun one here. So this one maxes out at 2,580, so pretty low compared to the other one, with an attack of 414, so really high attack, And a defense of is that 46 defense? Yes, it really is 46 defense. Yes, guys, 46 defense is super glassy. Yeah. Stamina 137. Okay. So, basically, long story short, this is the easiest form you can take out. You can solo this thing. It's not even funny. But anyways, going into the moves. It gets access to Zen Headbutt and Poison Jab as its quick moves. And then charge moves, it has Zap Cannon, Dark Pulse, and Psycho Boost. So, Dark Pulse is interesting because it does give Deoxys attack form something to hit the Psychic types with. But with defense being such butterscotch, I don't think it's going to be able to last that long at all, honestly. So, it's basically in the same defense level as Sharpedo, basically. So, 46 defense makes sense because it is the attack form, so it's supposed to die really quickly, but it's super glassy, so yeah. And Lewis, shout out to my boy Lewis, he watches my videos, but if you watch this, don't use attack form Deoxys, it's super glassy, so just be careful. Unless you know how to dodge effectively in raids, then don't use it. Anyways, I'm just kidding. Next up we're going to talk about is the defense form Deoxys, which maxes out at 2,274. With an attack of 144, defense of 330, and stamina 137. Now, this is the best form out of all four because this form is fantastic for PvP. So, you guys have seen me use Deoxys before in the past, and you guys know this thing is definitely fantastic in PvP. So, definitely worth going for this one at least if you guys need a good Deoxys for PvP. And then for fast moves, we have Zen Headbutt and Counter. So, which is pretty cool. Counter is fantastic for PvP in general. So, and then charge moves, Thunderbolt, Rock Slide, and Psycho Boost. So, this form is actually pretty good. It's extremely good for PvP, honestly. So, if there's any of these forms you may want to consider prioritizing a little bit, if you guys do PvP, this is the form you want to target because this form, as you guys know, is fantastic. So, just so you guys are aware. And now we're on to the speed form Deoxys here, which for some reason we're still getting EX passes for this form of Deoxys. I don't know why, because a wave just went out for September 13th, which I didn't get one because I didn't really do any EX raid gyms because I know it's just going to get Deoxys again because I just had one just this past Friday. Yeah, I don't understand that. But anyways, this one maxes out at 2,879, attack of 230, defense of 218, and stamina of 137 as well, just like the other ones. Now, this one is a little bit more balanced compared to the other ones, but as you're going to see here, the DPS is just not on point with the other ones, so pretty unfortunate there. But then again, it's not bad. It's just not good. It's just not the greatest, but it's most certainly not bad. Anyways, fast moves, we have Charge Beam and Zen Headbutt for the quick moves, and then for charge moves we have Thunderbolt, Swift, and Psycho Boost. Of course, you guys already know Psycho Boost is not a good fast move, charge move, sorry, at all because it's just unfortunately that terrible. Now, unless Niantic decides to go ahead and give these forms some sort of new attack, or unless they decide to buff the Psycho Boost cooldown, unfortunately, it's just going to be overall pretty less impressive, unfortunately, which is really unfortunate, honestly, for these forms. That they all have some really amazing, design. They're just really unfortunately terrible. Except, well, the defense form is still it's fantastic for PvP. So, but anyways, guys, those are the look into the forms here. Now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at some more charts featuring these forms, and then we're gonna take a look at counters to battle against all four of these forms. So I will see you guys there in just a moment. So the first guide here, which is made by GoHub here, is going to be, of course, the normal form Deoxys here. So as you guys see here, they actually recommend, the recommendations, the top counters here is going to be a Tyranitar, Gengar, which they didn't include Giratina Origin form, but Giratina Origin form is going to be the #1 best counter against all the forms, actually. Well, barring the attack form, because the attack form, it's still going to be great against the attack form anyway. It just have to watch out for Dark Pulse, just like Mewtwo and Gengar. They both also have to watch out for Dark Pulse. But other than that, Giratina O is fantastic against all these forms. So first form here we got is the normal form Deoxys here. And looking at the counters, I can already see some raid bosses that are going to be there to counter Deoxys. So Absol, obviously I'm pretty sure is going to be a tier 4. Gengar is going to be a tier 3. Tyranitar is going to be a tier 4. So, and I could also see Scyther being a tier 3 as well soon. So, just so you guys are getting just to get a rough idea. Unless Niantic decides to switch it up and maybe instead of Scyther they'll put Pinsir. Because Pinsir's not a bad choice either against Deoxys. But they'll probably go Scyther because you can just evolve it into Scizor. And then Scizor will also be fantastic against Deoxys. So, that's just my wild guess there for sure. But yeah, as you see on your screen, 100% is for a non-boosted Deoxys normal form. In case you guys are curious, is going to be 1806. And then if boosted, all these forms are boosted by the windy weather. You're going to be looking for 2257 for the 100%, and so for that's with the weather boost. Otherwise, you're looking for 1806. So let's go ahead and let's go back out here real quick. And then next up, we're going to take a look at is of course the defense form Deoxys here, which I know I'm going into a different weird scenarios here, but basically, long story short, these counters are going to work against all the forms here. And once more, they recommend these just about the same Pokemon as the last one. But again, they don't include Giratina O, which Giratina O is a fantastic choice. If anything, Giratina O is going to be the #1 counter against this form of Deoxys, because this form is not going to be doing as much damage as the other form, and especially the attack form, which we'll look into that in just a moment here, because Giratina O is Dragon and Ghost, so you definitely want that Dragon and Ghost for sure. Once again, these pictures credit goes to GoHub and Couple Gaming. So for these charts here, so the 100% IV for this form is going to be $12.99, and then boosted is going to be $16.24. So yeah, this form is much more harder to take down with less people. So definitely want to get a good big group if you guys want to hit these raids. So, but the normal form is definitely more easier to take out with minimal people for sure. So, and then by the way guys, I also want to make sure if you guys use Mewtwo, it has to have the Legacy Shadow Ball, otherwise it's not going to be doing good at all. Unless maybe in rain you can use Thunderbolt, I guess. And then I suppose in clear you can use Flamethrower, but it's just not going to be that great at all. So just take note of that. So there you go. Now, next up, we're going to take a look at the attack form Deoxys, which this one is going to be the easiest one to take down with very little people. Because if you guys saw from the earlier, you guys would know that this form goes down so fast. It is super glassy. I mean, 46 defense, makes it super glassy basically. So you can literally solo this pretty much. And once again, just like before, they have T-Tar, Gengar listed. And those I'm pretty sure are going to be raid bosses. Sneasel as a 2, I'm pretty sure, because Weavile is also in this list, which is pretty good. Maybe Murkrow as a raid boss as well. We could see like I said, Absol for sure. Mewtwo obviously not going to be a raid boss because it's coming out in next Monday. So 1 week from today. So pretty excited about that. So yeah. And again, Giratina O will be fantastic against this too, but you just have to watch out for Dark Pulse. That's it. And then, so anyways, the 100% IV for this Deoxys, in case you guys are curious, is going to be $14.74. Weather boosted is going to be $18.42. One thing I forgot to mention, guys, if you're using Honchkrow against these Deoxys, you have to watch out for the electric type moves that they have. So do keep that in mind. And also for Rock Slide from the defense form Deoxys as well. So Honchkrow is fantastic, but again, you have to watch out for those electric type moves, because Honchkrow is going to be weak to those electric type moves being a flying type, so do be on the lookout for that for sure. But if it's psychic moves, then Honchkrow is going to be fantastic in that regards for sure. So yeah, so there you go on the attack form. And then finally we have the speed form here, which is going to be, now they mentioned the Origin Giratina, which like I mentioned before, Origin Giratina is going to be the #1 counter against all of these forms, I think, because it does have the most survivability from among all these counters. Except if it's against the attack form Deoxys and the attack form has Dark Pulse, then it will definitely take a lot of damage for sure, being Ghost type. But yeah, they recommend Giratina O. We have Tyranitar once more, Gengar with Lick, Shadow Ball, or Shadow Claw. And again, guys, if you don't have access to a Lick or Shadow Claw Gengar, you can also go with Hex or Sucker Punch. It won't be as effective, but it'll be consistent enough that it'll be able to keep up with those variants. You just have to make sure your charge move is Shadow Ball, and then you're good to go. Dark Pulse, I guess, is fine too if you don't have TMs, but Shadow Ball is definitely the way you want to go, because it's definitely you're going to be getting stab out of that as well too. So keep that in mind. Again, they mentioned Honchkrow, but again, you have to watch out for the electric type moves, which this form does have the Thunderbolt, so to keep that in mind. Then we have Weavile here, which is also not bad, and then Mewtwo once more with that Shadow Ball for sure. So yeah, and also guys, take note that if you guys don't have these counters, there are other Pokemon you can also use as well. We're gonna actually take one quick look at Pokebattler and showcasing the normal form, and then we'll take a look at some more Pokemon from there. But the 100% IV for this form Deoxys, which for some reason is still in the regular in the EX raid system, which I still don't understand why it's still there if it's coming out tomorrow in regular raid, so that makes no sense whatsoever. But the 100% IV is going to be 1645 with no weather boost, and then 2056 if it happens to be weather boosted. So there you go. There you have it on that form of Deoxys here. So all in all, basically, long story short, the counters you definitely want the majority of against. Well, the Pokemon that are going to be doing extremely well is going to be, of course, Tyranitar. Tyranitar will be the most consistent counter against all four of these forms, having very little feints against these forms, especially if Deoxys has the Psycho Boost. You're going to be staying in that fight for a good period of time, because not to mention Psycho Boost does have a very long cooldown, so you'll be able to get off a lot of hits before you get hit with that Psycho Boost, and being super resistant to it, you're going to be surviving for the majority of the time, especially against the defense form Deoxys. You're going to be barely taking any damage. You guys are going to see Tyranitar is going to come through heavily for sure. So Tyranitar is definitely the most consistent counter. It not going to put out the most damage out of all the counters, but it will survive the longest from all these in general. Well, Giratina will definitely give it a run for his money, but you guys get the idea. But anyways, there are some other Pokemon. If you have other bug, dark, or ghost types that are not listed on here, you can also use those as well. Just make sure they have the right moves, and you have to watch out for the moves that they have, for the charge moves that may threaten those moves for sure. So, but other than that, that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what you guys think. And honestly, I can understand if people feel like they're going to be more excited about hatching the regionals, because obviously nobody really wants to do the Deoxys forms that much. I'm going to do a couple just for some fun challenges, especially against the attack form, because I do have some fun challenges, which I do have a plan. I do have a challenge coming later today, so definitely stay tuned for that. If for some reason I don't get that done today, it will be up tomorrow morning. But I'm going to be having some challenges against the attack form, the normal form, because those haven't been out for a while. And this is, I think, also a good way for people. I've had people tell me that they missed out on getting the normal and the attack form. Well, this will be your chance to be able to get your hands on those forms, so definitely take advantage of that and take note of, because they will be around for a week in the tier 5 raids, so definitely stay tuned. And then of course this upcoming Wednesday there will be a raid hour for these Deoxys, in case if you guys want to do that, you know, that's up to you. I'm pretty sure there might not be that many people that's going to hit these up, but it is what it is. I might do a couple, just may do some normal and attack form just to get some raids done, so at least get some more candy, get some TMs, I guess. So, and then in case you guys are into PvP, if you guys are wondering which Deoxys is great for that, one more time, you want to get the defense form for PvP. So do keep that in mind. The other ones are just not that great, unfortunately. So, and then in addition to that, we also have these cool shinies. So if you do happen to hatch any of the shinies that are not in your region, then congratulations, you got yourself a really extremely rare shiny that I don't think you'll be able to get unless Niantic decides to make them non-regional, basically. So I doubt that'll happen, but you never know. Anyways, guys, enough of my rambling. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, and comment. We just got to get through this week, and then the big week comes up on September the 16th. So I am super excited for that. And once we go into that, whew, you guys know it's going to be a fun time. And I may have a live stream that day too, so we'll see. Because obviously with Mewtwo coming back to raids, we're also going to be having Gen 5 as well. So I'm really excited for that. Anyways, I'm rambling. Let me just end this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, and comment. And as always, until next, I'll catch you guys next time. Take care.